All right, I guess I'm live. I'm not live. I don't care about this live stuff. But this is fresh in my head now, and I just wanted to put it documented before I actually forget about this shit. Um, so this is I spoke to like this old man during the weekend, and we were just talking about life, talking about different stuff, talking about things that are going on in the world, and on this whole movement of well, not really a movement, just like identity crisis, and people, she, him, she, whatever, kids or people, gay or not, trans and all that stuff. And he's like, but Brian, this thing has been occurring for millennia. This is not something that is just now, and people are like, he and all that bullshit. It's like this thing has been going on forever, since the beginning of time and all that shit. And I'm like, whoa, okay, well, explain it to me a little bit better so I can understand. And again, this is not a video for me to interact with anybody, but this is just something that is fresh in my head, and I thought it was very interesting. And my channel is all kinds of random shit. So I thought I'll just document this thing while it's still fresh in my head and put it on. So um, he told me like if I believe in reincarnation, and I'm like, you know what? Why not? You know, why not? Like, well, what would be so crazy about believing in reincarnation? Because sometimes, and he's like, well, this whole thing about deja vu, and have a feeling of you've been there some before, but you've never been, or have a feeling of attachment to something or to some place. Like some people, they would have never gone to Paris ever in their lives, but they're like so in love with the place, and they keep imagining, being there or having a connection with that place. Well, maybe in their previous life, they were, from there. So to go back on what we were talking about, the whole gender shit. He said, well, Brian, a person comes back many, many times. And sometimes they come back as a man, sometimes they come back as a woman. And he's like, but sometimes they don't reset completely. I'm like, reset? What are we talking about? Machines here? What is this? He's like, no, no, no. Not like, you would reset a phone or factory reset it and they sell it to somebody and they use it. It's like the human also goes through like this reset process because it will be very, yeah, crazy if you kept remembering all your previous lives. So you will never get over it, and but somehow you forget about it. Now about the gender thing, sometimes they don't let it go. This is what he told me, right? This is not my opinion. I'm just, what it will. And he's like an old man. He reads a lot of books, and when he told it to me, I was like, it kind of makes sense. Like that whole thing about being transsexual or gay or whatever. Like in their previous life, they were a woman, and in their new life, that part of their spirits, because biologically there's nothing wrong with them. You understand? There's like nothing wrong with it. But if you would to examine a man like Bruce Jenner, for instance, you would examine him. He has nothing of a woman at all biologically. He's a man. It's all in his mind. You would think, but no, it's not his mind. It's his soul, because his soul was a woman before, and therefore um, they cannot seem to detach that feeling of what they were or what they are, and that's why they choose to to go with that feeling, which is incredible, actually, if you ask me. And I guess same would go for people from a different ethnicity or something. Um, like you would find a white person and they really love to act black. They talk like they're a brother, or any of those things, and that's maybe because in their previous life they were a black person, and vice versa. So this is what he told me, and I thought it was very crazy. And but the way he, no, maybe I'm not telling it right, but the way he told me, it really kind of made sense to me then, in a sense, like he would maybe understand these people a little bit better, um, as to why they feel like this, as to why it cannot be explained biologically in their body DNA. You're a fucking full blown ass man, full blown ass woman, thinking you're a girl, thinking you're a guy, and you're otherwise. So for that part, it kind of made sense about this whole spirit and reincarnation stuff, which is crazy. I don't know what you guys think about this. I don't know what you guys do. And some people don't even care about these things. Some people just live their lives, on a daily, working, getting money, just living, just doing what they need to do, and that's it. They don't care about, afterlife. They don't care about God. They don't care about any, spiritual being or their purpose on this earth, or if they do good. Nobody, and I think everybody deep down inside knows that we are all actually superior beings. If like, not talking about superior about you're like Superman and you can fly and all that shit, but if you think about it, the human body is such an amazing thing. I mean, it heals itself. You live for so many years. The moment you are born, your heart and lung beat and move till you are dead. It could take 70, it could take 80, it could take 90. Some people live to 100, some people live over 100 years, beating nonstop, something working, like that. It's incredible if you think about it. I'm going off topic here, but I think it's just amazing. And for people that realize, they have a purpose. Some people come in life and their purpose is to like be a celebrity or whatever, or be a person that really brings message to the world and try to change things. Some people become politicians. Some people, own businesses, and they contribute to society by helping 20, 30, 40, maybe 100 people with a job, and getting the best out of their lives. Some people are just meant to do that. Some people are just meant to be a worker, because you need workers as well. That's how the world works. But I think there's more to that. Like, I believe our society, our civilization is relatively new. I mean, technology has been around for a little bit less than 100 years. Before that, everything was just mechanical and wood, very, 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 how do you say, mediocre technology. Now we have this, we have phones, we have crazy, hyper technology, and things that are AI. It's just ridiculous. But all of this is relatively new technology. So this is a civilization era that is pretty new. But every civilization always comes to an end point. Look at the Egyptian times, the Roman times, the Mayan tribes, and they all were in the pinnacle of success and the pinnacle of their technology, and then it just ceased to exist. And I think our civilization will also cease to exist one day, and like, it makes you wonder how many times there were civilizations as successful or even more successful than ours, more modern and more technological advanced, that stopped. And then somehow somebody, picks it up again. You don't know. But I'm going off topic, and the topic is what I spoke to the guy. So if you looked at the video in the beginning, that's it. All right, I think I'm gonna end this now. Let me see how I end this stuff. I'm in a car. It's probably not a good idea. All right, let me end this. That's it. Take care.